And we're going to take a few minutes right now to talk about something very dear to our hearts. I'm sure most of you know we have a long family history in Palm Springs. I think my dad actually put the town on the map. We're celebrating an icon in Palm Springs right now. Joining me today are my daughter, Amanda Erlinger, and our good friend, J.R. Roberts. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Plaza Theater.
Hi, it's me, Amanda. Hi, JR.
Oh, hi, you two. I'm thrilled to be here with you.
So tell us, JR, first a little bit about you. We know you, and you're our good friend, but a lot of people listening don't know who you are. So tell us something about yourself, JR.
Okay, here we go. So I'm a former councilman for the city of Palm Springs, and I have a great passion. In fact, many people would accuse me of being a bleeding heart preservationist, and I'm proud of that title. And now I've taken on the restoration of our great old movie palace, the Plaza Theater. And, you know, as Nancy, as you said, the Sinatra family essentially did put Palm Springs on the map and has virtually kept it there. And the Plaza Theater is such an important part of that history.
It is. I remember when I was a little girl going to the movies there. And are the stars still in the theater? The twinkling stars?
So that's going to be part of the restoration. So our plan is to fully restore the theater to its 1936 glory, which will include what you're talking about, which is called a star-field ceiling. But with today's technology, it'll even be more magic. And most people don't even know that existed. I'm thrilled that you brought that up.
And I remember a little balcony type thing. Looked like something Gene Kelly would dance in.
Well, it's so funny that you say that. You know, so many of these old Hollywood movie palaces, and I call this one a Hollywood movie palace because it had such a close connection to Hollywood, they all had a theme. And as you point out, this one was almost like a village scene, and it had balconies and it had lighting, and it was like you were outdoors. So when the lights came down in the theater, the twinkling lights would come on in the ceiling, giving us the star effect. And that's what you're going back to.
Absolutely beautiful and thrilling. And the whole street there was iconic. Mandy reminded me of the Fun in the Sun candy store that used to be right there. I wish we could bring that back.
It's going to be, pretty exciting. This project it's just kind of a funny story, actually. JR and I were talking about something completely unrelated, and I brought up the Plaza Theater, and he just started laughing, and he said, "You've got to be kidding me." And I said, "What?" And he was like, "I'm going to take on the restoration project with other friends of mine in the city of Palm Springs. We're going to do it. Do you want to get involved?" And I said, "Are you joking?" "Of course, because I have a really soft spot in my heart for Palm Springs and the Coachella Valley, of course, because of, basically spending half my life here growing up, visiting my grandpa. I guess it just kind of feels like a home. And I hate seeing, so many of the things that remind me of, even just for me being a child here in like the 80s, 90s, like my whole life. I hate seeing those things like disappear. And I also want to say that the city of Palm Springs and the modernism community in the city of Palm Springs and in the Coachella Valley altogether have done the most amazing job here. I mean, this is an example of how you do not need to tear things down and start over. You can repurpose these beautiful buildings and structures that were made decades ago, but it doesn't mean that they're useless. It's a sad thing to see people decide that just for the sake of modernization, that you need to have a brand new building. And in some ways, you do. There are times where you do need to do that. But there are times where preserving something that's this special, like the Plaza Theater, like the A&D Center here in Palm Springs, there's a beautiful building that used to be a savings and loan that the Palm Springs Art Museum has restored and turned into the most amazing architecture and design museum you've ever seen. So anyway, a long way of saying that I really do feel like the preservation community here in the Coachella Valley, and specifically in Palm Springs, taking on this restoration of the Plaza Theater is a huge, huge step forward to keeping the cultural arts alive in the city. It's live theater, it's movies, it's everything. It's going to be, just like a center. And one of the biggest reasons we're here, of course, is to tell you that you can be a part of it. You can donate. You can just get information and familiarize yourself with what we're talking about. We have a website for you. It's called SaveThePlazaTheaterPS.com. You can get all the information there. And I think maybe, JR, we should add that during Modernism Week, which is a special week in the city of Palm Springs that the city and the modernism community put on every single year for how many years is it? Now, 15?
Yeah, I think it's in its 15th year, and every February, people come from all over the world just to appreciate the vintage quality of Palm Springs.
So during Modernism Week this year, my mom and myself and my sister, with other special friends that we have yet to announce, we're keeping that in our back pocket, but we are doing an event to raise money for the Plaza Theater and the restoration efforts February 16th at the theater. I think it's pretty much sold out. There might be tickets left. I encourage you to check at the Modernism Week website. If you just Google Modernism Week, or maybe it's modernismweek.org, I don't remember, but you can Google that, look on the website, see if there's any tickets left. And by the way, if you are going to be in town, there's a lot of other events too. It's not just this one, although we do encourage you to look and come see us if you are here. But there are other events that raise money for this great cause as well.
We really appreciate you, JR, your leadership, your courage, essentially, to take on a project like this. It's a very exciting historical project. It's going to be great, and we're going to do it, and the plaza will stand for decades to come.
Well, and here we are in the second and third generation of the Sinatra family coming to Palm Springs, rebuilding Palm Springs to what it once was, and what draws people from all over the world. Once again, you define cool, and you're bringing cool back to Palm Springs. And your help with this theater makes an enormous difference. I'm hoping your audience will also be willing to help us, either financially or in other ways. I'm going to say our website again, which is SaveThePlazaTheaterPS.com. There, you can donate directly there, or you can reach me there if you have other thoughts. We have naming opportunities. But once again, I just couldn't be more excited that Amanda and you, Nancy, are part of this. And I know it will take us to the place we need to go to get the job done.
We're bringing some, as Amanda said, we're bringing some surprise guests. It's going to be great.
Naming opportunities, JR. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, Amanda, I'm so glad you asked that question. So there are naming opportunities. In fact, the biggest possibility for naming is the theater itself. The plaza will always be part of the name, but it could easily be, say, the Frank Sinatra Plaza Theater. So we're looking for somebody to be the naming sponsor, and it could be a corporate sponsor. I mean, the Absolute Vodka Plaza Theater wouldn't be my first choice, but if that's who we get to get the money to restore the theater, we're open to anything. People can name rooms, they can name the auditorium, they can name our gorgeous signage out front. When you go to the website, you'll see all the naming opportunity possibilities and what those cost. We have a founder program, which is awesome, and the founder program puts your name on the wall, on the founder wall, right in the lobby, and that includes benefits and things along the way, special treats and benefits. So again, the website has it all. And just to be clear, for those who can possibly come to the event that you and your mom are doing, they would go to the Modernism Week website, which you can easily find by doing a Google search. But to find out about the theater specifically, that's SaveThePlazaTheaterPS.com.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and the best of luck on this very worthy project.
Well, thank you so much for doing this on your show. I so appreciate it. And I know with your help and your daughter's help, we'll make this happen.
Yes, we will.